Hello viewers, welcome to Janshakti Network. The central government recently enacted the Unified Waqf Management, Empowerment, Efficiency and Development Act, introducing over 40 amendments to the existing Wakaf Act of 1995. The bill was passed in the Rajya Sabha on April 4th with 128 votes in favour and 95 against. In the Lok Sabha, after extensive debate, 288 members supported the bill while 232 opposed it. This enactment of the law has triggered widespread protests and intense public debate across the country. Political parties such as the Congress, CPIM, CPI and others have supported the protesters, raising concerns about violations of constitutional principles, secularism and minority rights. These parties have also filed petitions in the Supreme Court against the law. Critics argue that the new legislation could intensify communal tensions and weaken the secular fabric of India.
इस देश में झगड़े पैदा करने का काम बीजेपी करना चाहती है मस्जिद और मंदिर के नाम पर, इसीलिए मैं इसका कंडेम करता हूं.
A major point of contention is the lack of consultation with state governments prior to the bill's introduction, which is seen as undermining the country's federal structure. The Supreme Court has agreed to hear pleas seeking interim relief, but clarified that it will not entertain any request to stay provisions of the original Wakaf Act of 1995. A bench headed by Chief Justice Gawai has scheduled the next hearing for May 20th. In line with the Supreme Court's directive, it is important to explore the broader issues related to Wakaf. What is the government's standpoint? The government says that they have not done this for any personal gain. The bill is primarily focused on property management and governance, said Kiren Rijiju, Minister of Minority Affairs. According to the minister, the amendments are purely administrative and aim to prevent misuse, encroachment and protracted legal battles over Wakaf properties. He emphasized that the bill is not religious in nature. There is a prevailing narrative suggesting that Wakaf institutions operate arbitrarily and without oversight. However, this is inaccurate. Both the state Wakaf boards and the Central Wakaf Council are statutory bodies under government control. The concept of Wakaf dates back to the lifetime of Prophet Muhammad. On the Prophet's advice, a Jewish convert to Islam, Mukhairik, donated 7 orchards which were dedicated as Wakaf for the service of Islam. Similarly, Abdullah ibn Umar was guided by the Prophet to declare a large property in Khaybar as Wakaf for the benefit of the Muslim community. Once a property is designated as Wakaf, it cannot be reclaimed or sold, and it does not pass through inheritance. This is known as General Wakaf or Al-Wakaf Al-Am. There are other forms as well, such as Family Wakaf or Wakaf Ulal Aulad, where income supports the donor's family first, with any surplus used for charitable purposes, and Wakaf by usage, which refers to long-standing community use, like mosques or graveyards, even without formal legal documentation. During the Sultanate and Mughal eras, many Wakaf properties were established across India to serve religious and charitable functions. These include mosques, madrasas, graveyards, and health facilities. However, a significant number of these properties remain unregistered, and many are entangled in legal disputes. The British colonial administration introduced changes to Wakaf regulation beginning in 1894, with further amendments in 1913, 1923 and 1930. After independence, India enacted the Wakaf Act 1954 followed by revisions in subsequent decades. Major overhauls came with the Wakaf Act of 1995 and the Wakaf Act of 2013, although these did not spark major controversies at the time. It is often said that Wakaf institutions hold the third largest landholding in India after the railways and defence. However, data presented in Parliament shows that Hindu temples in Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana together own over 9.12 lakh acres. Meanwhile, the RSS publication has claimed that Christian missionary organizations, not Wakaf institutions, are the largest landowners in India, reportedly holding about 7 crore hectares. As for Wakaf, precise data remains elusive. According to the Central Wakaf Council, India has approximately 8.73 lakh Wakaf properties spread over 37.39 lakh acres. Among these, 58,890 are encroached upon, 3,165 by members of the Muslim community, and around 31,999 properties are involved in legal disputes. The government has cited the lack of proper documentation as the reason for introducing this legislation. However, in a 2020 affidavit submitted to the Supreme Court, the central government claimed that 99% of Wakaf properties had already been digitized. The Wakaf Act 1995 created the Central Wakaf Councils and 32 state Wakaf boards, all designed as autonomous statutory bodies. The Union Minister for Minority Affairs serves as the ex officio chairperson of the Central Wakaf Council. Its CEO is a civil servant and the remaining 20 members are appointed by the central government. Similarly, state Wakaf boards are constituted by their respective governments. Disputes between state and central boards are addressed by tribunals headed by retired Supreme Court or High Court Chief Justices appointed by the central government. Wakaf accounts are maintained according to official guidelines and are audited annually by government-appointed agencies. Several provisions in the new law have raised serious concerns. The bill proposes separate Wakaf boards for Bohra and Afghan communities, which many see as an attempt to divide the Muslim community along sectarian lines. While the previous law permitted non-Muslims to donate to Wakaf institutions, the new law limits this right to individuals who have practiced Islam for at least 5 years, effectively barring non-Muslim donors. The authority to determine whether a property qualifies as Wakaf has been shifted from Wakaf boards to district magistrates. Critics argue this shift undermines neutrality, especially when ownership disputes arise between the government and the Wakaf institutions. The process for registering orally endowed Wakaf properties remains unclear under the new provisions, creating potential legal ambiguity. Wakaf properties currently under government control are to be declassified as Wakaf assets. This raises the question, why not restore such properties to Wakaf authorities instead? The new law mandates exactly 2 women members on the Central Wakaf Council. The previous law required at least 2, allowing for greater inclusivity. This change is seen as a regression. While the government argues that the amendments are administrative and aim to enhance transparency and efficiency, critics view the law as a move that undermines religious autonomy, reduces minority representation, and centralizes control. As legal challenges proceed, the upcoming Supreme Court hearing on May 20th will be pivotal in determining the fate and future course of Wakaf governance in India.
Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to stay updated with the latest incidents. Hit the bell icon to never miss an update. We will see you next time with more news that matters. Stay informed, stay safe.